Good evening, class. I just want to come to you with a short video tonight, and I apologize. Perhaps I should have done this earlier in the semester, and I do apologize. Um, I want to talk just a little bit about our discussion boards and the nature of a discussion board, um, because I keep seeing some of the same mistakes. While some of you have improved greatly since the first of the semester, I keep seeing some of the same mistakes. And so let's talk about the discussion board in general. Is your discussion is an essay. Your discussion board is an essay in nature, in which in an essay you're allowed and yea, verily encouraged to give your opinion. Okay, so the very first thing is you have to have, after having read the textbook, read other materials regarding the subject, you have to have developed your own personal opinion about the topic that we're discussing. All right, so the first thing I should not see when I'm reading a discussion board is a statement that says, I don't have an opinion, I really don't have an opinion, and statements like that. Okay, that that's starting off on the wrong foot. You should never use those words to open your essay. Okay, it's an assignment. The assignment is for you to have an opinion. Therefore, you can't not have an opinion. Okay, so let's start with that. Is you're writing your opinion, but your opinion has to be based in fact. Okay, so what an essay is not a research paper giving me the history. For instance, let me look here. I'm looking at the discussion boards for chapter number 6, which addressed specifically, chapter 6 was about political parties. And the questions was, today, what ways do the political parties impact the voting process? Are they good for the American voter? Do you feel they have too much influence, and is their influence good or bad? Explain your answers. Okay, so first of all, you have to start with understanding how political parties impact the voting process today. They educate voters. They help to register voters to vote. They inform voters about their choice, about the issues of the day, so forth and so on. Secondly, you have to have um, an opinion as to whether or not they are good or bad in terms of the American voter. Okay, that's an essay. You don't have to write a historiography of political parties. Okay, and be very careful about. It's not a bad thing to have some history, but be very careful if it's proving your point. But just to write the history of an issue such as political parties for the sake of filling up the word requirement, that doesn't help you any, and it's going to hurt in the end. It's going to hurt your content, the score on your content. And by the way, please be making sure you're looking at the rubric. The rubric will explain why your score is what it is. Okay, that way you can improve on your score the next time. So start with an opinion, your idea, then simply support that idea using literature from your textbook, using literature from other sources, whether they be websites or books from the library, academic sources, so forth and so on. Um, but you need to have a point. And when you write your essay and you don't have an opinion or a point that you're trying to make, it becomes very pointless. Your discussion becomes very random. Think of it like this. You are trying to convince the reader that your opinion on the subject is right. So first you have to tell the reader what your opinion is, and then prove to me through the use of fact, through the use of other literature, what it is or why it is that your opinion is right. Okay, don't think of this as being hard. It's not hard, it's not complicated, but you need to give it some thought. You need to read your textbook. You need to give it some thought before you sit down to write. If at any time I can help you, please, again, contact me anytime. Call me, text me, or email me. I'm sorry. We'll set a time up that you and I can talk by phone and talk specifically um, about your discussion boards. Again, by the way, you have to reply to two classmates. One is not doesn't meet the requirement, and if you don't reply to two classmates, it'll cost you 5 points on your overall score. All right. Have a good evening.